everyone. Welcome to BHTV Channel 4 in Palos Heights. I'm Sue Jankowski, and we are here with a new show, and it is all about skincare. And our guest today is Jill Moss-Stetson, who is the owner of Skin Trust in town. Jill, thanks for coming to our program today.
Thank you for having me, Sue. I'm delighted to be here.
Well, this is great. Now, I want to say something before we get started. You know, everybody has skin, and we're always concerned about, you know, are we doing the right things for our skin? And now that it's winter, that seems like even a more difficult time for skin.
It is.
And then in the summertime, we're worried about the sun and everything. So skincare is something I think everybody worries about. And I think as we get older, we even worry about our skin more. So we're really lucky to have Jill come to us today and talk about things you can do to help yourself and just kind of educate us about products and things that are available. So first of all, Jill, I guess, you know, people hear the word esthetician. That's a big word.
It
and,
is.
you know, some people say, oh, you know, maybe they're a teenager or even an older person might go to a dermatologist.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the difference between an esthetician and a dermatologist?
It's a great question. An esthetician is somebody who has been trained to help you care for your skin so that you can maintain healthy, beautiful skin. We are trained on products, product formulations. We can provide services like a facial, microdermabrasion, and there's a number of other services available. But we do not diagnose. So I could have someone come in and they could say, hey, what's this on my skin? And I'll say, you know what? You need to see your doctor. I don't diagnose. And that is what I say. Or they may have something that's suspicious, and I'll say, you know what, you really might want to consider going to see your dermatologist and have that looked at, because a dermatologist is trained medically. They diagnose and they treat medical conditions. An esthetician is all about how to care for your skin. We help you navigate the skincare world out there that is really complicated and sophisticated.
Well, I'm glad to hear you say that, because, you know, you go in and Jill and I talked a little bit about this before we started the program today. You just go in and you think, well, I want to improve my skin. I'm seeing a little wrinkle here and there. I want to dryness. I want to help. But boy, out there's a million products. Which are the ones I should be using? I think we need to have a little bit of education as how do you care for your skin?
Sure.
And your skin is also just not on your face. You know, it's everywhere.
It is a large organ on your body.
Yes.
And the other thing that's interesting, it's an organ that's exposed.
Right.
So you were talking about winter, which, and we'll get into that a little bit later, it is horrific on skin. But when we work with people about how you care for your skin, we're talking about the ingredients you use on your skin and the steps you take to care for your skin. And I really take time to educate people on what's your daily regimen. What are you doing to care for your skin? And that's so important, and I think that's the most important thing you can do, because think about it. You treat your skin hopefully twice a day, morning and night, 365 days a year. That's a lot of care.
That is a lot of care.
So you want to make sure, if you're concerned about your skin rather, you're using the right products. And you may have been using products for years and they're working great for you. Mm-hmm. Then good. And I say to people, if they don't hurt you and you're happy with them, stay with them. But you may think, no, I want to change a little bit. So I really start with what are the steps you're taking. Mm-hmm. And you can start in the morning. You want to cleanse your skin. Then you want to use serums on your skin. Then you want to use an eye cream on your skin, followed with a moisturizer and SPF.
Okay, let's start right back at the beginning. Okay, you want to cleanse your skin. You know, we grew up with soap and water, and we're using that on our face. As a child, you know, your mom was up there with the washcloth.
Oh, you betcha.
You know, so
Yeah.
Now, obviously, that probably isn't the best idea.
It's not.
How are we cleansing our skin?
Well, you want to use a cleanser that's appropriate for your skin type. And there's all kinds of ingredients out there. But what kind of skin do you have? Are you mature? Are you aging? Are you oily? Are you a combination? Do you have rosacea? Do you have breakout-prone skin? So you want to look for key ingredients that are going to be right in a product that's formulated for your skin. But you're absolutely right, Sue. I cringe when I hear someone say they're using bar soap, because that just brings the alkaline level of your skin up so high, you will dry your skin out beyond belief.
Yeah.
But didn't we all do it at one point?
Well, yes.
We did. So that's what you really want to look for in a cleanser. All the products, you want to look for what's your skin type. And an esthetician can help you understand what is your skin type. normal, oily, combo, or the other conditions that I've said, aging, mature, and then they'll make some recommendations. And if they should be looking at what you're using and making sure that those are working for you, and they can make some suggestions if you're open, if that's what you want.
Okay, so that first step is doing a nice cleanse of your skin, because my understanding is unless you're really cleansing your skin well, all those other products you're applying really aren't going to do much because it can't get into your pores.
Well, and that's one part of it, and then there's another step called exfoliation that really helps with that. But let me go on and tell you, explain a little bit of what you do at nighttime then.
Okay, yes.
At nighttime, you're going to cleanse again, but you're going to cleanse twice. You're going to cleanse once to get all of the makeup, and if you don't wear makeup, you want to get the toxins off of your skin because unfortunately our environment has pollution. You want to get that off of your skin and then really clean your skin with the second cleanse. Then you follow the same, your serums, your moisturizer, your eye cream. But going back to exfoliation then, you should use that as your second cleanse twice to 3 times a week. And that will then get all those dead cells off. And unfortunately, as we age, our natural sloughing process changes. It slows down. So we need to do that. And you want to do it at night because nighttime is a restorative time. Nighttime is when your body is regentrifying, it's refueling itself, it's correcting. And there's research that shows if you do not clean your skin at night and you go to bed with your makeup on, you will age much faster. And if you have a condition like breakout prone skin, oh my, you're just going to aggravate it.
Oh, so to get that makeup off if you wear it?
Yes.
Because that is really going to damage your skin.
It is. And you know, it's so hard because we're tired. We work hard. We're very active lives. About the last thing we want to do is clean our skin at night, but it is really important.
It is. Okay. And probably once you get your routine going, I'm guessing it doesn't really take all that
It doesn't.
long.
It doesn't. And, you know, people want simplicity. They don't want 10 steps to their skincare. And the products have changed, so you don't have to have that. And you can have something that's very simple and very meaningful, and you'll get the results that you want.
Now, the cleansing time, is that like a product you're using that is washing your skin more gently than like soap and water?
Yes.
Is it like a cotton ball and you're wiping your face with something? I mean, what kinds of things are there?
Usually what you'll do with a cleanser is there's creamy cleansers, there's gel-based cleansers, there's what they call bar in a jar that can be used for different kinds of things too. But for the most of the time, you'll take a little cleanser, you'll put it in your on your fingers, add a little water, and gently massage it. You don't need to use a washcloth. In fact, you don't want to. Sometimes they can get dirty. They can spread germs. They can have detergent that's very irritating in them. So you just want to take your fingers and massage the cleanser into your face, your neck, and your décolleté, and then rinse.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes, depending upon your skin type, I may have somebody who might be drier, a little bit of dehydration. In the morning, in the wintertime, I may have them just use a toner on their skin.
Okay.
And not cleanse, not put water. Water can be drying to your skin if it's overused.
Okay, so you're cleansing your skin. Now you just used the word toner. And I do see that product. I can't say I've ever used it because I don't know what to do with it. Like, what is a toner?
And you know what? You're absolutely fine. And if your skin has worked out for you, it's fine. The history of toners is interesting because toners, years ago, and I can remember them, they were always part of a skincare regimen because they needed to be used on your skin because the cleanser at that time changed the pH. So they used a toner to bring the pH of your skin back. But that's not necessary anymore.
Okay.
The cleansers are more sophisticated. They don't change the pH. So I recommend someone using a toner if there's a reason. Like if you want to use a toner in the morning during the winter time so you keep your skin hydrated. Maybe you're combo skin. Maybe you're concerned about the large pores in your T-zone. I might have somebody just use a toner there. But you don't have to use one. And as I said, people want simplicity.
They do, yeah. They want to be able to do it. They want to be able to follow a program and be successful with that.
Absolutely.
Okay, so now our skin is cleansed, and then you mentioned serums.
Yeah.
So you look at the serums and you're like, I mean, is this all over your face? Is it specific to the oily skin, the dry skin, there's different serums for different people. I'm assuming maybe, I don't know.
There are. A general, just a general description of a serum. A serum is a product that's going into your skin to treat. It has a smaller molecular weight. And if you use several serums, you always want to go from clear to color. And that's how you apply them to your skin. But they're used for all kinds of reasons. One thing that's very popular in skincare and very effective in skincare is the use of hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is a serum. It comes with different molecular weights to it. You could use a serum that's for acne, that is a base of salicylic acid that needs to go onto your skin. You could use a peptide because you're worried about your fine lines and wrinkles, or you're worried about how firm your skin is. So there's all kinds of serums out there that we recommend based on what you want to accomplish with your skin, but they have to go on right after you cleanse because you want them to go deeper into your skin.
I see. Okay. So that serum is really specific to your personal needs.
Yes.
And so you need to get that
Yes.
figured out.
And some people don't need a serum.
And some people don't. Oh, okay. So, and
have
that's
to.
important
Yes.
to know whether you really need that or not. Okay. And then after the serum, we do some eye cream, which, so if you're doing a moisturizer and you're putting it all over your face, is there a difference between just like, I'm going to put the moisturizer on around my eyes? Does it make a difference if it's an eye cream or a moisturizer?
Well, it's good to have something on your eyes, and if you just want to use your moisturizer, you can. But let me tell you a little bit about the eye area. The eye area is different than the rest of your face. It is thinner. It shows our lifestyle issues. It ages 30% faster than the rest of your face. So I encourage people to take very good care of their eye area. And the skincare products are so sophisticated that you can buy a product that would just help you prevent fine lines. It will prevent you from having puffiness, which may be from using too much salt. You may not have had enough sleep, so you may have some dark circles. They can help you control that. Or you can have an eye cream that's really going to correct. That means your skin is maybe not as firm as it was, you have more fine lines and wrinkles than you want, then you would use a product like that. But I know I was 25 when I started to use the eye cream because I just had some fine lines here. I wasn't necessarily of the age, but it was the way my face was moving when I smiled. They're my expression lines.
Right, right.
So you might just have that, and you just might want to take good care of that. But I encourage people to take care of their eye area because it is different.
It is. Okay. It's just, and you can tell as you're, looking at yourself that this is a much thinner, more delicate area.
It is more delicate.
Than the rest of it. Okay, so we get an eye cream. Is that sort of, at least, is the eye cream kind of a thing I can pick out, or that is specific to each person as well?
Well, again, it becomes specific. It's better to use one, like if you wanted to use what we call over-the-counter product, that's a step in the right direction. But if you're more concerned and you want to make sure you preserve what you have, or you're more concerned about correcting something, you probably would want to step it up to something that has more active ingredients in it.
Okay, so you want to go out and find that eye cream that suits you. And then after that, we use the moisturizer. And there's a million moisturizers out there. And if you have dry skin, do you need a moisturizer?
You do.
I mean, if you have oily skin, do you need a moisturizer?
You do.
Oh, you do. Okay, you just need a moisturizer.
Well, and moisturizers, it's almost a generic word we use in skincare. And they've changed so much over the years. What they were when skincare first came around, they are just so much different, and it's fun to study the history of skincare and see that. But moisturizers, again, depend upon the type of skin you have. So you may have that you're just concerned that you're dry. You're maybe going through the aging process that's accelerated a little bit. Then you want a moisturizer that's going to keep the moisture in, and they are meant to occlude the skin. So if you were to put a serum on, you put a moisturizer on it to keep it in. But you also want to keep out the bad stuff from the environment, the wind, the cold, the furnace heat in the winter. You want to keep that out of your skin. So you may want something that helps you with that. You may be oily. And you're oily, but you don't want to dry your skin out completely because you'll overwork your sebaceous glands and you'll cause more breakouts. So you want a very different kind of moisturizer on your skin. But one thing that I find when I work with people is people will come in and say, I'm sensitive. And they are. But they're sensitive not because they've had a reaction to an ingredient, but because they have irritated this outer layer of their skin by not wearing the right moisturizer. And you can heal that and then they can use a vitamin C, they could use a retinol and not have a reaction. But until you do that, anything you put on their skin is really going to irritate it. And the general rule is that we have 2 seasons here in Chicago. We have summer and winter. In the winter, you have to change your moisturizer. You have to use something that's more protective. In the summer, humidity levels are high, you have much more moisture in the environment, you don't need the same moisturizer. So I really encourage people, there's 2 seasonal changes for moisturizers. Sometimes you have to change the cleanser too, but most often it's a moisturizer.
Okay, and that makes a lot of sense because the seasons are so vastly different here in the Midwest.
They are.
And but I can see where moisturizers are needed year round, and a lot of those moisturizers now I think have like a sun protection in some of them.
They can, and that certainly is good. The general rule in skincare, though, is if you are using a sunscreen, you want it to be separate from your moisturizer so you get the best protection possible. The companies don't, on the medical grade side, they don't believe that in the moisturizer there's enough SPF and that you're using enough. So it's really an additional step, and we still keep things very simple, but we do keep it as an additional step just to make sure you get the right protection.
Okay, well that makes sense too. Okay, so now we're using the moisturizer, then another step is that sunscreen.
Yes.
Over that.
Over that.
Now, do you recommend, would you use a sunscreen in the winter? We're not out in the sun very much.
Yes, I have very, very specific recommendations on sunscreens. Sunscreen is used every day, all year long.
Oh, okay. I guess that answers the question. I just feel like, what do we, look at today particularly,
I know.
It's cloudy, it's rainy.
Well, for people, just to make sure that they get into a habit and to make it as easy as possible, just make it part of your routine. But here is the truth about the sunscreen. And people will say, well, I'm really not out in the sun. And the sun's, but you are. You drive, an example, you drive to and from work. Well, you do that over the course of years. You get a lot of exposure. I have clients that come in, and one side I see sun damage on, and one side I don't.
Oh.
Car window.
Right.
And I can tell. So I say to people, just get into the routine, wear it every day. In the winter, if we have a sunny day, that sun will hit that snow and bounce right to your face and can be equally intense on your skin. So you just want to use it every day. Here's a little something else on the sunscreen, and this is a hard part, and this is what is so often we don't do. But wear it every day all year long. If you're in extended sun, say you're gardening, you're going to a baseball game, you're going to the beach, then you have to reapply every 90 minutes.
Oh, because it just kind of melts away?
No sunscreen is formulated to be effective beyond 90 minutes.
Oh.
And people will say, well, I had my hat on. And I say, wonderful, keep your hat on. You still have to reapply. Because they'll have their hat on and they'll get sunburned and they'll wonder why, and that's it. And I know it's a pain, but that's a rule.
That is a rule, okay.
If you really are concerned about the sun. And sun is not your friend with skin.
No. Okay. Well, look at, I feel like, maybe it's just my own awareness, but, for years and years and years, heck, everybody's out in the sun, nobody's really using sunscreen. Even on my children growing up, I don't think I ever, unless we were at the beach for the day, I don't think really we ever applied sunscreen. It just wasn't a thing.
No. I can remember years ago, Sea and Ski, or Copper Tone, that's all we had.
Right. Right, that's not great.
Oh, it's not great. I can attest to that. It's not great.
Yeah.
But there are very good sunscreens now, and they have, you have a chemical sunscreen, you have a physical sunscreen. So there's different ones, and you can get one, again, that's appropriate for your skin. And you don't need anything greater than a 30. You can use a 30 to a 50. Incrementally, the difference in sun protection between those two numbers, very little.
Okay.
But if you go higher than a 50, you'll put more chemicals on your skin.
Okay, so the people are like, I always wear 80 or 100. That really doesn't make any difference.
It doesn't make any difference,
Okay.
and you put more chemicals. And it's very interesting because the FDA started to regulate sunscreens in 2013. It's the only product they regulate in skincare. And they grandfathered some companies in that had a higher SPF than 50, but they were grandfathered in. I think over time you'll see that go away, but you have to follow it. Anything from a 30 to 50, every day, reapply in extended sun.
Okay, so that's really important, and we're going to get in the habit. That's something too. A lot of this is just habit. I mean, you brush your teeth and you floss and do all those things
That's
at
right.
night.
That's
so
right.
this is just part of it.
It's just
and
part
also,
of it.
I think that if you don't wait until you're exhausted and it's 10:30 at night, and you're like, oh, I just really can't do all that, and you kind of step up that process of doing the cleansing and going through the steps earlier in the evening, so you're not so.
It's
weary.
an excellent point, and I encourage people to, because we are so tired. We live busy lives.
We do.
And I know the feeling. And I'm an esthetician, but I still get in there. But boy, there's nights I wish I didn't have to, but I do.
But you do. Okay, now, so that's the morning, and you discussed the evening, and you say double cleanser. Okay, could you explain that?
You want to remove, with the first cleanse, you remove your makeup, and even if you don't wear makeup, you remove the toxins. We have a lot of pollution in the environment that can cause free radical damage, and I won't get real technical, but that can go into your skin, and it can break down the enzymes that protect our collagen and our elasticity. So you want to make sure that you remove that from your skin, and then go in and really clean your skin. So when you use your products, you're getting the benefit.
Okay, so you just want to do that, and actually you're following up with the same steps that you did in the morning. And I have to say, when I follow these steps, boy, I feel like, and actually there is an actual difference. When you look at yourself, you're like, oh, my skin looks pretty good. And so it's just getting in the habit. Any habits are hard to get started, but once you do, it is so worthwhile.
It is.
And you do want to have, I mean, it's so easy to not do things when you're 20 and 30. But as you get to 40 and 50 and beyond, you're like, oh gosh, my skin is this way or that way. Can I repair that damage? And can people, I mean, you have like a little creases here and there. Can these daily skincare regimen help you improve that look?
It can. The skincare world is very, very sophisticated. And as estheticians, we're trained by these companies to really understand the ingredients and what skin types to use them on and what results you can expect from them. So the products really can. Depending upon how much correction you want, you might have to use the products with facial treatments too to get the best results. And then you keep it up through using the products. And I say, to the people in their 20s, 30s, maybe early 40s, you have the advantage of such wonderful products out there. You don't need a lot on your skin. Protect your skin from the sun, use a good cleanser, use an eye cream and a good moisturizer. And you probably won't be doing some of the things all of us have been doing.
Yeah, I mean, look at, over time, things have really changed all for the better. Okay, so now, obviously, from what you said, there's a difference, a big difference between what I could get at a medical grade product or maybe products that you have in your business, or going to the local drugstore. So say I'm not going to go see an esthetician right now in this time of my life, or I don't really need to see a medical doctor or dermatologist, but I really do want to take care of my skin. When we're at the drugstore, what are we looking for? Like, what should the product tell us about something that would be helpful if you're not using anything right now?
I think at the drugstore, look for something that's gentle, has moisturizing capabilities. And again, it's going to be different based on your skin. If you are prone to some breakout, salicylic acid is very good. Some of the benzoyl peroxide products are a little too strong, but salicylic acid is very good. And make sure you just don't let your skin get too dry. But hyaluronic acid is a huge ingredient for all skin types in skincare right now, and there are various products that have that. So that would be good.
Something to look for.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then if you're feeling like you do that and you still are not exactly satisfied with your results, it might be time to go out and get a little extra help from an esthetician that would steer you in the right way. And it doesn't mean you have to go and have like a weekly appointment or a monthly appointment or anything like that. I wouldn't think. I think once someone gets you started, maybe you could improve yourself by following your regime here.
Absolutely. You know what? Everyone is an individual. And in my work, I structure every program to meet the individual needs of that person. Some people would like to come every month. Some people don't. That's perfectly fine. But I try to develop something that's best for what they want to accomplish and the means in which they want to do that. And it's very personal.
It
so
is, yeah.
it's not cookie cutter. There's not one recipe fits all. And so I try to tailor to what their needs are and what they want to accomplish.
Well, you look at people, and everybody's so different with
Yes.
how they look. So, I can see where each person needs their own thing and their own products and their own, other than following a certain system by which you're going to make your
Sure.
face improve.
And their skin is different, and
Yeah.
their lifestyle is different, and genetics play a part in it. So yeah, there's a lot of variables that are different.
Now, we have skin other places besides our face.
Yes,
So
we do.
we got all the skin of our whole body. Now we're applying moisturizers to that, and that's going to help us. I'm
It
assuming.
will. It will. But here's what I say. Should I give my winter skincare tip?
You should.
I think you're absolutely right. Our whole body, and we forget about it. And we cover it up in the winter, and we think, oh, I don't have to worry about it. It's all covered. Well, you want it to be nice in the summertime when it comes out.
You do.
So one of my favorites, and this is very natural, it's called dry brushing. You can look it up on the web. There's many articles about it. And what it does is you use a brush, and this is a dry brush. It is soft but firm bristles. And what you do is you just put your hand in it like this, and you brush your extremities, and you brush toward your heart. So you brush your arms, you brush your legs, you can do your tush. It's be hard to get your back, and don't do your torso. The skin is too sensitive, and don't do your face with it. But right before you get into the shower, just do this. And what it will do is you will see the dead skin fly off, but more importantly, it stimulates circulation. It is very good for your lymphatic system. So you do that for 5 to 10 minutes, and then into your skin. You don't want to, if you're a little bit irritated, then stop it. And everyone's a little different with that. Then get into the shower, go through your shower process, and then step out and dry off, and your skin is damp, and then put a lovely oil, like a jojoba oil on. I love jojoba oil. It's my favorite.
Okay.
And you can get that at many, many places because it really works very naturally with your body.
Sounds good.
And you can put an essential oil in that, a lavender, a frankincense, if you like to do that, so you like a little scent with it. And I recommend that you do it once to twice a week.
Okay.
It does take a little longer when you do your shower, but if you can at least once a week fit that in, it's wonderful for your skin. And we forget about our bodies.
Yeah, well, we think about it now in the winter, particularly because you see that dry skin.
Oh, we
and
do.
Sometimes, your hands get really rough. I think everyone notices. You're putting on a scarf or your clothes. All of a sudden, it's kind of rough
is.
against your.
Yeah.
So you want to take care of that
Yeah.
with your hands as well.
And you won't get the effectiveness of the oil unless you get the dead off. And then what the oil will do is keep that dampness, that moisture into your skin. It occludes your skin so that
Okay.
moisture stays in your
Yeah.
skin. And it makes your skin much softer and much nicer. And I know that we all cringe about the crepiness that can happen to our skin over time. It will improve it. It may not take it completely away, but it will help it.
And don't be afraid of oil, right? Because I think
Good
pouring
oils.
oil on your body, that's
Yeah.
going to be kind of messy and whatever.
Well, you can get it so it's in like a little pump, and then you can put it on and then rub it on. So there's a lot of different ways to do it, and you can find it at various locations. Just as these brushes, you can find them. Amazon has these. I'm sure drugstores or other organizations have them too. Easy to find. Good oils are easy to find too, and you want it pure.
Okay, pure jojoba oil
Jojoba is my favorite.
Is her favorite. That sounds good. I want to talk about one more thing before we go, because we are putting these products on ourselves, and we're trusting that they're good. But who regulates these skincare products? Is it the government doing that? Who does that?
Now, as I mentioned earlier, the government only regulates SPF, and that started in 2013. So no one is really regulating the drugs or the skincare products. No one is. So you have to be very careful out there. And some of it is reading the label of products and knowing a little bit about that. And here's some quick guidelines for you. The first ingredient on a product label is going to be the actual base of the product. It's going to be water, it's going to be aloe vera, but most often water. The next 4 to 5 ingredients are going to be the actives. Any ingredient after that, down to the last 2 or 3, you have about 1% in there, and then you have preservatives. So if a label says it has retinol in it, you want to make sure that retinol is in the first 4 or 5 ingredients, or you're really not getting much.
Okay.
They're truthful. It's in the product.
Yes.
but there's not
not
much
too
in
much.
it. So it's almost like a little self-regulation, or that's when you can work with an esthetician. Even if you want somebody to just look at your products and make sure you're getting something from them.
Yeah, you want it. If you're purchasing them, you taking the effort to apply them. You want them to be something that
Absolutely.
works.
When I work with people, I always say skincare is an investment. Make sure you get the return that you want from it. And that's why we're here, because, you know, just in the 10 years that I've been in the business, it has changed immensely.
Yeah, I know that it has. I mean, you see the difference of products that are out, and the knowledge we have about the sun and what we should be doing, and just taking good care of your skin.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm really happy to say that we're going to have Jill here another few times and talk about more things about skincare, because there's really a lot to know, and I think all of us really want to look our best and feel our best and know that we look good. And as we're getting, some of us, me, getting older,
I'm right there with you.
we want to look as good as we possibly can.
Absolutely.
So we're going to address some other things in upcoming programs. I hope that you will watch us, because Jill has a lot of information that I think is going to help you just become more satisfied with yourself, and that's really what it's all about.
And that is what it's all about.
Yeah. Well, thanks for being
Thank you,
here,
Sue.
Jill, and giving us some really great tips and explanations, and kind of taking the mystery out of what is this and what is that.
I'm glad to do it.
And so watch us on our next shows coming up, and your skincare programs, and we'll see you. Thanks for watching us this time, and thank you, Jill, from Skin Trust right here in Palos Heights. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.